just launched my latest digital planners in the shop, and I'm so excited to show you what I've added and what's changed. Now, if you're watching this video in the future and this version is now past, you can always go to my shop here at laurelstudio.co and click on digital planners and see what's new. Now, when we jump in, this is the cover of the planner. We swipe over and you can see along the top and side menu, there are a ton of different features and places you can go in this planner. So again, the intent of this video is to give you a really high-level overview. I'll be sharing additional videos that will give some more details about how to use the different features of this planner. So just to jump in, let's start with kind of the meat of a planner, right? Your dated pages. So along the right side here, you can see that you have a year at a glance. Since this is a mid-year planner, you have a year at a glance for 2020 and 2021. And for the months included in this planner, if you just tap on that month, you'll jump right into the monthly spread. Now, I also could have tapped on the monthly tab along the right side here to go into the month. Now, once I'm in the monthly spread here, I have the option to jump down into my weekly pages and my daily pages. They're all hyperlinked right here, so you have a lot of options in terms of how you're going to navigate through your planner. Now, if I hit right on the left side here, week 27, it's taking me to that weekly page. And if I tap on any of the days here, like the 29th, it's taking me to that daily page. You can see the date in the upper right side. And I can swipe over from this daily page to jump through each day of the week. Now, if I jump back to that month, I also could have gotten to my daily page by tapping on the date on the month. So the idea here is you have a ton of different links to allow you to quickly jump to any page. You can really get to any page of this planner within 2 taps. That's how linked I have. And again, just trying to save you time and make it easier to navigate. So if I wanted to jump back to my week, I would have to tap into the month and tap into the week here. And I'm back to my weekly spread. So that's what you have as far as your standard dated pages. You have your year at a glance, monthly, weekly, and daily. Now, when we look at these pages here, I've left spaces on these pages blank for the purpose of kind of being able to cater them to your needs. And I do that through some what I call widget stickers that fit perfectly into those spaces on the page. Let me show you what I mean by that. If you tap into the month here, you can see, the core of the page is right here in the middle where I'm doing all of my planning, but I also have this space over on the side that I could just use to write notes on, or if I want to, customize it a little bit to my needs, you can see here I have these included stickers. I'm going to jump into my layout widgets for monthly. And here are all of the monthly widget stickers. So all I'd have to do, say I want to start tracking habits directly within that spread, I would just grab this, lasso it, and copy. And I jump back over into my planner and paste it. And there you can see it's sized perfectly to fit right in this space. And I quickly kind of converted this dated layout to exactly my needs for my planning. And so any of those monthly stickers would fit perfectly in that space. If you wanted to do a list or have, more of a grid view, they're all sized to fit perfectly. I'll get into what the sticker book is here in a minute, but a quick note on the sticker book, it's only available in GoodNotes, but I know that a lot of you like to use other apps, and so I've also included individual PNG image files for every single sticker you're seeing here, and it's included with the purchase. So while you don't have the experience of kind of this sticker book that you can flip through outside of GoodNotes, you still have full access to every sticker that you'll see me sharing here. So what you just saw there were the stickers that cover that whole margin. Now, if you want to just add maybe some splits in the lines there for some different sections, I've added some new stickers on, brand new in this version, that are more of labels to split up that section. So here's how those work. If I grab just a few of these here, you can see that, when I have the full lines here, they kind of all run together. But if I want to split them apart, I could designate just part of this for notes. And then maybe I want to have my top priorities for the month right here. And then just going to delete this one. Let's say I also want kind of a holding pattern space for things that I am going to do next month. So you can see, since these fit nicely here, it makes this right side a little more usable by giving you the ability to split it up for the different things that you might track within the month. So again, these are all of your monthly labels here. Now, if we go over, we can jump to our week. Again, I'm just going to tap on my week number here. And this is where we have a lot of options for our week. We can add stickers that are full overlays to kind of convert the entire layout here. I'll show you an example of that. Now, this overlay sticker is designed to sit over the entire week. And so if I put it here, it just fits right there, and tap out. And you can see I've really kind of converted this spread to now have more of this schedule view with space for daily priorities. So if you don't like more of the open free space and you want it more segmented into a schedule, you can easily do that with this planning system. You could also add in a water tracker. This is just another schedule view that doesn't include the priorities and runs from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then this one's really just bullet pointed. So again, all of these can really convert those existing spreads to make them into any layout you want. This one is a personal favorite of mine as well. This one lays over the spread to give you more of a time blocked feel. I don't really like to plan my time by schedule. It's a little too rigid for me, but I do really like to plan it by blocks of the day so that I can create just a little bit of structure. So you can see you can get that positioned on there. I like the lines to line up perfectly, and I just converted that entire spread to give myself time blocks that I can plan in. So beyond your overlays, you can also kind of take over the bottom footer as well. I could grab something like this if I want to create some more room for intentional planning and reflection. And again, that just fits right here. And I can fill that in on my pages. And you can see I have a few other options here, whether you're meal planning, tracking your wellness. You can even just cover it with some basic lines, some dots, really trying to give you a ton of options here. Now, I also have that same set of label stickers that you saw for your month created to fit on your weekly pages. And I'll show you in a second, these same labels actually fit on your daily pages as well. So if I wanted to split this up, I could copy these. I'm going to jump over and paste it. And you can see right here, now I'm kind of designating these boxes. I also like, since I've converted this latest version to all black and white for the planner itself, I like adding some of these labels for a little bit of color. Okay, so we've gone through our weekly widgets. Now I'm going to jump down into one of my daily pages just to show you the sticker widgets for that as well. So I mentioned that these conveniently fit also in my daily pages. So you can use these same ones from the week to the day. and they just fit in here so that you can designate these boxes. I mean, if you're more minimal, you also don't have to use these stickers at all. You could just write some sort of label or designation for how you're using each of these boxes and just fill it in. Now, you can also completely take over that right margin with the daily stickers also, whether you're working on, more of an overall wellness, your gratitude daily. You can just grab one of these and drop it right over your margin here. And you can see, again, that fits perfectly. I don't have to resize it at all. Now, if you are using the image files because you aren't using this planner in GoodNotes, just be aware that you might have to resize it. All of the PDF markup apps tend to compress images, and so it will resize it. And in that case, all you have to do is just drag the handles to resize things. And that's pretty consistent across all apps. And so you just have some other basic, lines that you can use to cover, grid and dot. And that's it for your widget stickers. So just jumping back in here, my daily pages, I've kept these pretty consistent if you've used previous versions. I did add in a little key here. This was inspired by a lot of you I know have used the Franklin planner in the past, and I find it really helpful to use this system in my to-dos. I've adapted it a little bit for how I tend to designate things, but I did add that in here just as a quick reference point. I find if you're trying to use this more, manual paper-like system to plan your to-dos, you have to have a process to move it from one day to the next. And so I felt like that was important enough to add into your pages. So that's just a small addition that you're seeing in this new version. So one of the biggest changes are the bonus pages that are linked to the months and weeks. So here I am on a month. I have 3 bonus pages available. One is this icon right here. I have a monthly tracker, so you can see this is designated for January 2021, and throughout the month I can easily jump to it and track my habits and my moods. Now I jump back to January. The second bonus page I have is this planning page. This looks a lot like the weekly planning that you may have used in a previous version of my planner, but now this is a little bit further zoomed out, thinking more overall, where am I progressing on my goals? Where do I need to rethink things? And really, how am I feeling in each key area of my life? So the monthly planning is a really helpful reflection, and that'll guide you through it. And then the third bonus page is just a blank page. So you could use this as a general scratch pad, or you could also add an insert page, which is kind of that large overlay image over this page to convert it into, really whatever you need that page to be. Now, you also have some really basic blank page overlays that are included to make these pages lined, grid, or dotted. But I'll link to a video here that will show you more about insert pages and how they work. But really having this blank linked page gives you a lot of freedom and flexibility on how you use it. So now let's jump into the week, and I'll show you what those bonus pages look like. So again, they're linked at the bottom right here. The first bonus page that you have is an overall wellness page, and you can really use this to any extent that you wish, that you want to track things. You can track your sleep, your exercise, water intake, nutrition, whether you want to plan out your nutrition at the beginning of the week or you want to track it throughout the week. And then you can make any notes on mindfulness and self-care. So again, you could use this at the beginning of the week to really plan all of this out, or you could use it as more of a journal throughout the week to really kind of gauge how you're feeling based on all these different areas of your wellness. And if I tap here on the week number in the upper right, it's going to take me right back to that weekly spread. So I'm going to jump down to the star, which is my weekly planning page. This is really about reflecting and celebrating on the week before, and then setting goals and intentions for the upcoming week. I always do this planning on Sundays. Most of us tend to have kind of an anchor day that we do our planning. Now tapping on the week number again to jump back, the third bonus page is that blank page. So just like I was talking about with the monthly spread, you can use this for any number of things with an overlay or just a general scratch pad for your week. Now, my hope is that those bonus pages are really helpful to you in your planning, but I know that we all have different needs as well, and that's why I've also included a pretty extensive library of bonus pages just to make it as easy as possible for you to get any sort of layout that you might want to use to plan, whether you're a meal planner or you want to have some custom planning views, track things like your nutrition or your reading list. I've really tried to include an array of different pages that you can use within this planner because it is so easy to duplicate the pages if they're included with the original document. I'll link to the video that will help give you some insight into how to use bonus pages and really the benefit of having them all included in the planner itself. But for a really quick view of kind of how these function, the bonus pages and your custom sections really work well together. And the custom sections give you a way to organize your bonus pages. So let's go through a really quick example here. If I want to start keeping a reading list, I would go down into this template page and I just click to copy this page. Like I said, think of this as a template or a page that you can easily copy within the document. So I know that I have this reading list page and I want to start keeping a running list of what I'm reading. So I'm actually going to want to duplicate this page several times and I'm going to want to be able to jump back to it at different times to refer to it. So this is where my custom sections come in. I'm going to say, hey, custom section number 1 is going to organize my new reading list section. So I'm just going to write in here my reading list. So now I've designated section number 1 is for my reading list. I'm going to tap here to jump to section 1 divider. Think of your divider pages as essentially functioning like paper tabs do within a paper binder. So they're really like a single point, a single page that acts as the marker to say, hey, this is the start of a new section, and it allows you to quickly jump to that section versus flipping through like the hundreds of pages that are here in this planner. So knowing that I want that to be section number 1, I jump to that divider page and I'm going to tap and add the page after. And I'm going to paste that page. And I know I'm going to want to duplicate this a few times. And now I've just built out my section for my reading list. So if I jump to my section divider, I can swipe over and I can start filling out these reading list pages. So at any time, now that I know section number 1 is for my reading list, say it's May and I'm planning on week 18 and all of a sudden I get an idea for a new book that I want to read, I know I can tap right here on section number 1. I'm in my reading list section and I can swipe over to start filling in my reading list. So these section divider pages, you can keep it really simple and just label them. You can put overlay boxes on them. You can decorate them with images. Again, more just decorative. The real function they serve is essentially as a bookmark so that you can always jump to the section divider pages, just like you would use tabs in a paper notebook. Okay, so a lot of what I've showed you so far, more of the basics that you see in a lot of digital planners. Now I want to jump into the thing that I've included in my planners that's a little bit different, and that's pushing this planner beyond just kind of a standard planner and taking it into a complete goal system for you. This is a complete process that takes you from start to finish, from overwhelm and lack of direction into real clarity and focus. You can see there are 7 steps that you run through, but what I've done here is laid it out as a very clear roadmap that you can run through and always refer back to directly within your planner. So it's a really powerful system to have embedded in your planner here. So what this looks like is each of these numbered steps takes you into specific templates or exercises that will help you, reflect, that will help you figure out what your vision is, help you solidify your top 3. So again, what this really is a series of templates that will guide you through this process that has really personally helped me transform the way that I plan and manage my time. And so I'm really excited to be able to share it with you all here and again, have it directly within your planner. So this system really takes you through to the clarity you need to start setting really focused goals that will truly get you to where you want to go. So this final section that you see up in the upper menu here, this flag icon, is really kind of the final destination of the process you see here, and that's your goal setting. So your goal setting, I've got some information here that walks you through the way I think about goals and some general guidance, but you have linked goal setting pages. You have 12 total in here. I recommend never working on more than 2 to 3 goals at once. Honestly, I often just focus on one, and I try to time box my goals into 90-day periods. So again, you have a lot of guidance here, but to show you how this works, each of these boxes here are linked to individual goal planning pages. So what you do here is you would label this with your top level goal. So let's say I want to run a marathon. That's not true. I don't want to run a marathon. But say I want to run a marathon. I am going to tap into this, and this is a dedicated page for me to really spell out my goal. So not just run a marathon, but I need to make it specific and measurable. When do I want to run the marathon by? Is there anything with that goal? Do I want to get a specific time in that marathon? And then I'm going to actually break that up into individual progress goals. So perhaps I start with a 5K. Maybe I need to sign up for a running group. I start to parse out those progress goals here. And then I have my habit goals as well, which are more of those goals that I need to repeat on a daily, weekly basis. In this case, I probably have to run every day, so that would become one of my habit goals. So again, I'm not going to get into all the details of really how to manage your goal setting and execution. I'll link to a separate video for that. But the idea here is you go through, you set your goals here, and then your goals, the way that I've designed this full system is your goals feed directly into those weekly planning pages that I already showed you and directly into your daily planning pages. So again, that's the power of having this all as a full system. It all really speaks to each other, taking you from goal setting to actual execution. The real power in, goal setting and achieving your goals is in the execution and in setting the right goals. And so this system takes you from setting the right goals through to execution, all threaded throughout your year. So that's the full system at a high level. Now I have some other info pages in here. I have a ton of other videos, a whole video series that you can find really helpful to get up and started, even if you're brand new to digital planning. I also include details like the color codes for the stickers that I include. I really have all the details you could need directly within this planner. Now, some other extras that you're getting with this planner, I mentioned this sticker book. So this sticker book functions in GoodNotes, and it's really designed to make it as easy as possible for you to use your stickers. Unfortunately, I can't create sticker books like this in all of the PDF markup apps, so I mentioned that you do get the PNG zip file with all the images as well. So it doesn't matter what app you're using this on, you do have access to this full sticker set. It just won't show up in this sticker book like you're seeing it here. So if you are a GoodNotes user, I've created this sticker book to be a place that you can manage your entire sticker collection. It's a great thing about digital planning. You can essentially use any image or digital sticker from anything you create yourself as well, in your planner. So I'm going to do a quick flip through here just so you see what you're getting. You can see that you have some extra sections here that you can also use on your own. So we already ran through your layout widgets. I'm going to jump over. These are just some decorative monthly labels and some numbers as well for dates. Over here you have your bills and some general flags and labels, even a water tracker. You have some notes and some sticky notes. There's a slight shadow on these that you can use. Also, just some basic lists and other note templates. Now these are frames, and again, very decorative, just to place over any image that you want on the page. And then on these, they kind of have that Polaroid look, and you can place an image right there in the gray area. Now these are some decorative labels. I also include with this planner just some decorative cover options. I'll link out to a video on that. Again, purely just for fun, a nice way to personalize your planner. And these labels are designed to go on that page as well. Now these overlay boxes are definitely a favorite of so many, and it's because they're so versatile. And so these are actually transparent. I could use this to cover up this entire page and essentially like add my own decorative background. I could also use it for some schedule blocking here, right on this page. So it's really versatile how you can use these stickers, and I've seen a lot of creativity with these, but these are included as well. And then these are kind of a DIY create your own labels, so you can combine these together, any number of colors or images. And then same idea here. But this is your, outlined with black text. So you just place it in there, and then you could bring it over into your planner. Just some basic icons. Again, you could combine these icons with some of your outlined images. Really, there's no limit to the creativity that you can have with these different sticker sets and these icons. So that final piece I just mentioned are the decorative covers. Again, really just for fun. If you want to change that thumbnail in your PDF markup app, you basically take one of these cover options and just replace the first page of your planner with one of these decorative covers. So again, not important to the function of the planner, but it's fun to just be able to make it your own. So that was an overview of the basic planner. Now I'm going to show you some quick looks at the teacher and student planner and just the features that those have in addition to your basic planner. So again, everything is really consistent in these planners with what you saw in the basic one, with the addition of really just two main things in the teacher planner. When I jump into my bonus pages, you can see I have all sorts of extra teaching and classroom organization pages right here. Again, having them within the planner is really helpful, and all of these things are really specific to what a teacher might need to do in his or her planning. Now, the one other change in the teacher planner, if I jump down into a weekly page, instead of this blank page being blank, it's actually a lesson planning page. So again, just a quick tweak, you have the same overall like wellness pages that you have in the other one, but as a teacher, this blank page has actually been shifted to a lesson planning page because I know most of you have to do some form of lesson planning. So you have your basic planning page and then this lesson planning view as well. Now jumping over to the student planner, couple other tweaks. The main changes are, number one, you have your extra student planning and organization. So things that are specific to your needs as a student, I've added some special pages into the student planner. Now, the other addition in the student version, if I click on this little book here, you can see this is up in the upper left corner. This is a totally new section here in this specific planner. Now, this is your My Classes section. And so this is an addition in the student planner to give you the ability to really organize your class info and manage it throughout your semester. So you can use this schedule area over here to give yourself kind of an overview of your schedule. And then you can designate each of these boxes for a specific class. So if I just designate this box for my English 101 class, I can tap in here and record info for that class. So what's the time, location, instructors? I can map out all of my important dates and exams and reading. And so this is more in-depth planning specifically for this class. And each of these boxes is linked to a unique page so that you can have one for each class. And then you also, if you tap on the book icon on the left side, this is an assignment tracker. So again, this is just a bonus section I've added into the student version of the planner to allow you to do some really specific planning that you would have to do as a student. But you still have all of the main sections that I showed in the basic planner. So you're really not losing anything, you're just getting the additions as a student. Okay, so yes, believe it or not, that was my quick version. I will be filming some other videos that show some more specifics of how to use these planners most effectively, some tricks and tips, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'm excited about these versions, and I'd love to hear your feedback on them. Thanks for watching.